Fortunately.
It's interesting. Acne's big, and acne is no longer just a teenage disorder. Like, oh, I'm 15 and I've got pimples on my face. You're getting 35-year-olds with acne. And then, the 50-year-old going through perimenopause with like the little once a month Goombas under the chin that are painful for like 3 weeks that never come to the surface. So acne is my jam. I love to treat acne. I love to build people's confidence by fixing their acne. And I don't think acne is just a dirty face. I think acne is quite complicated. And I think it's a huge topic. And I think back in the day, you used to have high school kids that like didn't mind walking around with pizza face acne on their face. Nobody wants to be that way anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The phone has made everybody want perfect skin. And so I do think that's why acne's made a comeback, because everybody wants clear skin now. No one's accepting being a little teenager with like braces and bad skin. People don't want one pimple on their face.
Do you have an explanation of why it's become so prevalent again?
I mean, it's very interesting. I do think, like, for example, there's this one kind of acne. There's many kinds of acne: rosacea acne, cystic acne, yeast acne. There's one kind of acne we are seeing on the rise in dermatology. It's called pityrosporum folliculitis. That's a mouthful, but you can call it yeast acne. And it's not quite blackheads, whiteheads, and cysts like your traditional acne. It's more like a rash. And it's a million little baby bumps and pustules. And it stems from an overgrowth of yeast on the face and scalp. And it's contiguous, grows on the upper chest and back too. The reason we think we're seeing more of it is because people's diets. A lot of kids are eating basically all sugar, all carb diets. Nobody's eating fruits, vegetables, fiber, sitting at home and dinner, eating with their parents, salad, steak, and potatoes. They're just eating pizza and ice cream and protein bars. And we're seeing an overgrowth of yeast on the human body. And we're seeing a lot of pityrosporum folliculitis.
Mm-hmm.
It's not treated in the same way traditional acne is, and it takes an astute dermatologist to know the difference. But those people need anti-yeast shampoos and face washes and a totally different treatment than like benzoyl peroxide and Retin-A, which is for traditional acne. So I think diet has changed. I think stress level has changed in the human condition. I think teenagers are far more stressed than they ever were before. We're driving them to millions AP classes, high achieving. You got to look perfect. Kids aren't kids anymore, And I think social media gives you that whole FOMO thing going. So I do think that stress and cortisol levels are going up in our younger generation and even in young families. I mean, parents are more stressed out than ever before. Okay. So I just think the cortisol levels is changing acne. The yeast and the diet is changing acne. And, back in the day, again, I think when you went through menopause and you got a little bit of cystic acne, it was no big deal. People kind of felt grouchy, tired, going through perimenopause and the changes. People don't want to feel that anymore.
Okay.
People are getting hormone therapy, want to feel better. So I just think the human condition, everyone wants to be kind of symptom-free in general. We all don't want any hardship, even a pimple.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
We want to optimize. I think the age of information changed it. Everyone has access to information now. The internet, experts, influencers. So everyone's like their own little Google Doc.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny how the world of medicine, even in my own short-lived lifetime, I've seen it change.
And retinol, is that the main cure for acne?
It is. So we still consider the two main therapies for acne. There's basically like 3 or 4 ingredients that dermatologists still consider to be, ubiquitously positive in acne therapy: retinols, benzoyl peroxides, salicylic acids, and and then of course oral antibiotics or isotretinoin, which is Accutane. My claim to fame in my area is I treat acne in 4 ways. So I give you your customized topical regimen. So I make sure that you've got the right cream for your face. If you're like an Asian kid that has eczema, I don't give you retinols. You can't handle it, okay? So I customize topicals. I physically extract your pimples. So I lie you down and pop your pimples. And you can't imagine how many Orange County moms are like, no one's ever touched my kid's face. This is amazing. Because, a teenager will have a whitehead on their face for like 3 days and the mom's like staring at it, pop that pimple. So I actually physically extract my patient's pimples.
Is that fun?
I love it.
I
It's
knew
like
you were going to say that. I knew you were
I
going to
love
say
it.
that.
I love it. And it takes time because it hurts. But I have a method and I really clean you up. And guess what? You look better the next day and you feel more confident. The third thing I do is I do some laser therapy. I do this blue light that kills the bacteria and it calms you down and it fixes the inflammation of your face. And then I do oral medication. And my claim to fame is low dose Accutane. I've been doing it for about 15 years. And Accutane is considered kind of the big guns of acne. Like, oh, it's hardcore. Low dose Accutane is a totally different beast. It's equally effective. It makes people look 100% better. So antibiotics only work so well. Oral contraceptives a little bit. Low dose Accutane is a miracle cure for acne. I've never seen it not work.
So I have heard, though, it can harm your
Liver, all that stuff. The answer to that question is low dose doesn't do any of that. Extremely low side effect profile. I don't even check the blood work. Back in the day in the 80s and 90s, we were overdosing Accutane. It's like taking 10 Tylenol for a headache versus 2. If someone's popping 10 Tylenol, you're in the ER getting your stomach pumped. You take 2, you're going to bed, no problem. Same with Accutane. You take 2 pills a week, 0 side effects.
And then do you combine that with the retinol?
I combine it with a retinol and the extractions and everything. So I have a 3-month kind of guaranteed cure for your acne.
So I have a friend of mine that's in their mid-30s, I would say, and he's struggling with acne, and it's hard for him because it's on his forehead and it's in different areas, and it's embarrassing. And I think
And you're
he's
30.
kind of at his wit's end.
Yeah.
And he's might do
Accutane.
a regimen like that. And to be honest with you, when I first heard, I was like, oh, I thought that was bad for you. I didn't know
A lot of people.
the low dose was the thing.
It is. And I'm so glad you brought this up because I have an article that I give my patients called The Myths About Accutane. Because exactly, most people like you are like, oh, isn't there a lot of side effects? Isn't that bad? And I kind of have to break down those walls and kind of educate people why Accutane is not bad if given at low doses. And even at high doses, it's not bad. There is one bad thing about Accutane that is you can't be pregnant while you take it. Your future pregnancies, your past pregnancies, your ovaries, your uterus, your sperm, nothing's affected with Accutane. Only the fetus can't metabolize it. So it's one of these things where you have to prove to the pharmacist you're not pregnant before the pharmacist is like, here's your medication. So that's the only little hair in the ointment. Can't be pregnant, but you can't be pregnant and drink champagne either. So you have to prove to the pharmacist you can't be pregnant if you're on Accutane.
And if you're a man, what if they're trying to have children? Does it affect the sperm count at all?
It doesn't, but we do tell people if you're trying to conceive, we tell you to stop Accutane 48 hours before you're trying to conceive. It washes out of your system in 12 hours.
Okay. So I want to talk about pimples some more.
Yes, let's go.
That was
my thing.
That was actually not on my list to ask you.
I was a 12-year-old popping my brother's friend's pimples.
I was the same.
Let's go.
Cheers. We're going to cheers to that. Like it was so fun to me. I loved, this is so gross, but I don't care. I loved popping pimples. Yeah. My friends, my relatives. I mean, I was obsessed with it.
Why do you think Pimple Popper MD is so huge? Dr. Sandra Lee, I love her. She is a well-known dermatologist celebrity who made her career of reality TV coming to your clinic, and she's popping pimples. And guess who loves it? All of us.
I mean,
I know.
It's
a satisfying thing. You know what I think it is? It's the Neanderthal in us. It's the monkey in us. You know how like we love to pick out each other. Yeah. Okay. It's a satisfying thing.
Okay, so this is so funny. We're talking about this.
Let's go.
I'm gonna start crying talking about this. But my biggest satisfaction was not the pimples, but the blackheads.
Oh my God, just letting them warm out like that. Oh, gross. Okay, yeah.
So I did know somebody that I did that to, and their blackhead was so deep that it was like it probably took about 15 minutes to get it all out.
Stop it.
Swear to you.
So that's a cyst. Okay. So
should I not have done that?
No, go for it. If it's a blackhead, there's an opening to the surface. Okay. If it's a whitehead, it's closed to the surface.
It was definitely a blackhead.
A blackhead has an opening. So that means it has a channel, darling. And you can extract all that keratin, which is trapped in the epidermis. So cysts, pimples, blackheads, comedones, they're all one version of the other. And milia. It just means a pocket under the skin that's filled with keratin, and you can express that keratin or pop the pimple. It's fascinating. I'm obsessed with pimples myself.
Okay, so we have that in common.
And when I pop your pimples, like I say, I actually, Amy, and you know this because you're a pimple popper. When you pop a pimple, you traumatize the skin a little bit, so it ends up getting pink. And then you sit there with like a pink mark on your face for like 48 hours. That's not fun. So the pimple's gone, but the mark is there. I will inject a little cheater low-dose cortisone right there, dink, and it's like a baby aspirin, and it calms it down. So I got a lot of tricks with my acne.
A lot of tricks. Yeah, when I did that to someone, that was like 30 years ago.
You still remember it?
Oh, I'll never forget it. It almost like shot up. Like it was incredible.